Hello folks, Brazilians just arrived in London. Got here a little later than usual, so the changeover is already finished. Why is that relevant? Well, because those of you that are expecting lots of horses riding in or out are going to be sadly and sorely disappointed. A bit cold this morning. I think that's why there are far less people than I would have expected for a typical Wednesday here. That, plus we're now between the tourist seasons. Next big flow will likely be March. Two horses. Interestingly enough, they've swapped over. The two guards that are here now were not here when the lifeguards were last here. Now the numbers on these two horses are a real pain, exceedingly so, to be honest. One I can't read at the other end. I'll have to get that one manually. However, the good news is that the horse nearest to us I could read, and this horse, looking rather relaxed actually today, I must say, is called Knightsbridge. Yeah, they actually named a horse after Harrods. Would you believe it? There isn't actually a horse called Harrods, but this horse is called Knightsbridge. The other one at the other end, yeah, tough one that. The hoof number is an absolute mess. Very, 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 very mushy. Ground down, full of dirt, almost impossible to read. I've got an idea of what it is, but there's no point in guessing. You know what I'm like, guys, in terms of clarity. So this one, I confirmed with the list. I confirmed with two pictures of the hoof. And I had my friend who's got much better eyesight than me have a very close look, and he came up with a number which matched what I thought it was anyway. So we're 99.9% certain that we can call this beauty as being Knightsbridge. The one at the other end, I might, if I can get a much clearer hoof print. We often have trouble at this end because the way the horses stand, often one hoof is behind the other, which means it's kind of in the shade. So we end up with a slightly black spot where we can't actually read the hoof number, which is a bit of a pain, but there we are. I've got an idea of what it is, but again, it's too uncertain. I'd rather not call it, just in case I have to change it later. You know how fussy I'm being these days, guys, with getting the numbers right. We had too many, should we say, false alerts. Just looking at that list there, actually, the number that I thought it was, yeah, either it's a missing one or that number doesn't actually exist. Right, here comes the trooper. Well, folks. Blues are just heading off. They've finished. Blues and Royals heading off to the parade ground behind, join their colleagues. After that, they'll all head back to Hyde Park. That's the sort of the final little bit of movement this morning. As mentioned at the beginning, I got here much later than usual, so we haven't got that toing and froing. I didn't think, to be fair, it would be a super interesting morning. It's not sunny, it's not warm, and as such, the troopers are looking a bit glum. And you know what? I can hardly blame them. Let me get out of the way of the gatesman who's behind me. Very interesting gatesman, actually. This is the first time that I remember this specific trooper being the gatesman. A lot of you will recognise him. He's got blue eyes, need I say any more. He's also well known for being exceedingly kind to visitors. Yeah, there he is in the archway. First time I've seen him as a gatesman. I've seen him as a chitsman before on the other side, but I've never seen him behind me as the gatesman. That's interesting. That means he's now been in all three positions. One of those relatively small, quite a small niche group of troopers that have done all three. First of all, we saw him as, first ever time we saw that trooper, and he became famous. He was over here in these arches as the chitsman. Then he was at the front on the horse with a very cheeky smile as the boxman. Now he's over there on this side as the gatesman. So he's one example of a very versatile trooper that can do all three roles. Very versatile. The gatesman on this side today, he's been over there on the horse, now he's over there. Whereas most of them are either foot or horse, no? He's done all three. So folks, this is the nameless beauty, this horse. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, she's looking at me like, what are you talking about? Nameless. I'm not nameless. Just figured it out, folks. It's Invader. Yep, those eyebrows are unmistakable. I'm thinking back, actually, we also had this issue with, say her. Wait, let me check. I'm pretty sure Invader's a gelding. This is so long when I go along it manually, I can't even see his number on the list. Yeah, we know from those eyebrows 100% it's the right horse, I can tell you that. I'm still looking down the list. 200 horses, quite a list to read through manually, even to spot the well-known names. Oh, there we go. Aha! Okay, so I was kind of close on the number. Yeah, I thought the number was an 8. It's actually not an 8, it's a different number entirely. And that explains it. Okay, here come the other beauties coming through. Final lifeguard horses arriving. Heading into the stable area straight off. No idea which horse that is at the front. That's Radford, the second one. Recognise those 4 big fluffy feet anywhere. Third one, not sure. Fourth one, no idea at all. Fifth one, looking at the camera. Hello, good morning. Very curious horse. Yep, that bunch, folks, are going to require manual identification, which is not a problem, depending on how many of them are at the front this morning. Could be 2, could be 4, could be none, in fact. Depends. They could change them over every single hour to a new horse. They don't normally do that. They normally swap out the horses every hour. However, sometimes we do get as many as 8 different horses in the day. Rare. That normally tends to happen in the summer when it's super hot. So, Invader. Yep, 100% confirmed. See, like you're silly again, guys, I'm focusing way too much on the hoof number and not on the horse. That's how now, straight looking immediately at the face, what do we see? We see immediately from the eyebrows, it's Invader. Look, unmistakably so. There's no other horse that looks like this in either regiment. We've got the post-palace crowd just starting to arrive. Bearing in mind it's 11:35. Oh. The toys were cryogenically frozen for a second. That was a very still pose, very impressive pose. No movement whatsoever, no shaking, even in this weather. Surprising, admirable. Now, is the Invader going to invade their personal space? I guess we'll find out in a minute. If they decide to go forward, look. I think I arrived at the perfect time this morning. Noticed 10 minutes ago there was not a soul here except me. Now there are plenty. Luckily. Oh, who's about to get arrested, folks? Look, they're coming through. Searching for tourist pickpockets. Good to see such a physical presence, in fact, on the street on a non-protest day, I might add. Unusual, but in a good way. I wonder actually why there's a bit of a protest. They seem to be heading to deal with something or other. Someone's been naughty. Okay, folks, we've got Invader, we just saw a moment ago, and at this end, first time that I remember seeing this horse. I'm not saying this horse has never been here. First time I've ever seen and ID'd this horse positively. This is Knightsbridge. Knightsbridge plus lots of tourists. Knightsbridge is doing that real sort of Viper-esque, I don't care about tourists look. that mean that someone's about to get nipped or not? Let's see. No idea of the temperament of this horse, folks. Again, it's the first time that I've ID'd this horse as being here. Oh, can I touch it? Yep, I wish I had earmuffs. Oh, another one, can I touch it? Look at this. Everyone's asking today. Looks like it's going to be a wonderful Wednesday. Decided whether she wants to touch it or not. Funny, yeah, I've dated girls like that in the past. Come on, bro. Guys all the way from Michigan there. Saw everyone. Oh. Yikes. Getting close to the cloak. Yep, bro's definitely for Flint, Michigan. The magic touch. Some tourists, I think, have the notion that they're baptizing the horse. That is, they reach out. I bless you, my son. Without actually touching, which is probably just as well as the last couple would have touched the cloak. That would not have gone down well. Alan Sugar's looking quite youthful these days. Surprised. I think it's because he shaved his head. He's looking younger. Oh, tour groups are back. Okay, she's waiting patiently for the horse to actually smile. It's not going to happen. Nope, Selena Gomez, guys. Oh, is the horse a nipper after all? Come on, Knightsbridge, do your thing. Easy one to ID going forward, this. Those two socks are quite distinctive, actually, especially that light coloured hoof on the front right. I wonder if the tourists are kind of expecting that the guard is going to talk to them when they look up, sort of longingly into his eyes. Like, whisk me away for the crown and country. Summers in Osaka, winters at Balmoral. That's very wishful thinking, tourists. These troopers don't actually go up to Balmoral, that's the problem. I'm genuinely surprised, guys, about the bustle on the front. Look at this. Quite interesting. Having a little guided tour there about what's going to happen when the clock reaches bing bing, whatever o'clock, etc. I guess we'll find out shortly. Oh, hold on a second. Bro here. Completely in space. I thought he was going to walk into the horse. He's going to feed the horse some kind of chocolate. Hold on, he's got to take a call to the president. Hello, sir. Yes. I'm just about to commence the mission. 1 second, let me wipe. Let me wait for my wife. She's going to pretend we're tourists. Oh, mission aborted, mission aborted, mission aborted. He's gone. He's gone. He opened the chocolate, decided it tasted so good he didn't want to give it to the horse. I'm gutted. I thought that was inevitable. Oh, bossy English school teachers to my left. Stand at the gate. It's actually a fence, not a gate, but let's not worry about it. Stand at the gate, so that I know that you're there. Interesting. If you're not talking to me though, guys, I don't need to go and stand at the gate. I'm exempt. Yep, I'm exempt. It's like I always skipped PE, physical education, when I was at school because I was too lazy. I thought I'd reserve all of my energy from my future plan of running a walking channel, which would then morph into a guards and horses channel. I was right. Look at all that energy conserved in those early years being invested now in these YouTube videos. See? That's what you call thinking ahead. Oh, slightly wary. In fact, given my difficulty reading the hoof numbers, whether with the naked eye or indeed with the camera, I'm thinking I should head to the opticians, folks, on the way home today. Yep, got to get my eyes tested. I've got to know if I can't read the numbers because I'm stupid or because I've got bad eyesight. Could be either. I thought the police were about to arrest that dog for a second. Excuse me, you can't bring a dog in here. Okay, I wonder if anything's happening at the back of this morning. Something did happen earlier on. A friend of mine showed me on his video, I don't know if he's going to publish it yet, when the troopers were arriving this morning, when the first lifeguards turned up at the back here, the horses were a little bit restless, shall we say. In fact, a bit more than a little bit restless. Point being, they were jumping around. One of them was jumping around so much that the guard lost his helmet, would you believe? Right here in front of us, fell on the floor. Yep, helmet went plop on the floor. A policeman came over, picked it up and carried it through the tunnel. We've seen it a few times actually. It's unfortunate, mildly embarrassing, especially if the guard forgot to use conditioner after shampooing his hair. However, all was well in the end. They are well prepared for those sort of things. We've seen this during the coronation, state opening of Parliament. Occasionally it's happened when the horses are a bit cloppy outside Buckingham Palace. But yep, ladies and gents, that's the way it is. So he lost the helmet. Hopefully it wasn't actually damaged. It'd be an awful shame if beautiful helmet got damaged by falling on the ground. I'm reasonably certain, having had a look rather at the footage that he took on his phone, the raw footage, policeman didn't seem overly concerned when he picked it up. Okay, here comes the gatesman. He's mastered those boots pretty damn quick actually. Those boots are an absolute pain, folks, to walk in. Utterly inflexible and an absolute nightmare. I mean, they're riding boots fundamentally. Hence the spurs, but wow, not easy to walk in. Very, very clumsy boots. Blister inducingly clumsy. It's hard to know actually which of these two horses will be the more interesting because we haven't had enough people getting up close to gauge the temperament of these two horses. This one in front of us, Knightsbridge, seems super passive, like really chill. Like, you know, he's having sort of, philosophical recollections on his life choices. Prairie in the US, running free, but with no dental care plan, no healthcare plan, and no guaranteed food supply. Or working for His Majesty, having access to the finest veterinarians, 24 hours on call, organic feed. Tough one, that, isn't it? It's tough. It's a quandary we've all been in, folks. What do we do? Do we go with the easy life, have everything provided, or do we go out there alone and make our own way in the world? I actually went out there on my own and made my own way in the world. I eschewed the easy life. I think the easy life makes one complacent, indifferent, and less determined. Vader's agreeing.
Okay.
I'm not sure, I can't quite see what he's saying, but he's saying something. I keep saying he, by the way, folks, because I've got quite a long list of mares. This horse isn't on it. Now, if I look... Oh, hold on. Stop the press. It's 100% a gilding. Okay, now I need to stop thinking about it. I think it's the eyebrows. It's very dusky, almost powdered eyebrows that make one think instinctively, hold on, this horse has got to be female. But no, I've just confirmed. I'm moving my sunglasses down a tad and seeing the fifth leg, which is now conveniently dropping into view, everybody. But this is in fact 100% thoroughly gilding. Oh yes, 100%, wow. For only half the gilding that this fine horse is. Now, will it busy up this morning, or am I going to walk around talking to myself? No idea. Guess we'll see. Worst case scenario, we will finish prematurely. That's not something I typically like to do, either in my professional or personal life. But, folks, sans touriste, might have no choice. We will see. The next 20 minutes are going to be decisive. Plenty of turning up, but they're not going to the horses. Come on, people, there are horses here. Go over to them, get bitten. Have your scarf or hat thrown on the floor. Tourists, come on, come back, please. They're like, nope. I think word has spread, guys. They found the channel. They don't want to be on it anymore. Everyone's walking away from me. Damn it, guys, come on, come back. Yeah. The good news is that in a few days, I don't know if it's Saturday or Sunday, the temperature is going to explode upward rather dramatically. What do I mean by that? I mean it's going to increase fourfold in the space of 24 hours. Next week we'll be up to 15 degrees, would you believe? Going from where we're at now, which is at this moment 2 degrees, all the way up to 15. How's about that? Eh? Yeah, we'll finally be able to lose the gloves next week. I can't wait. It is super, super, super annoying having to put on gloves every day. Plus it does play about with my ability to zoom in quickly if something interesting happens. So there is that. Okay, we've got an important vehicle, guys, turned up and parked outside horseguards. Now, I did tell my driver that I hadn't actually finished yet. I said, come back later when I'm done. He's impatient, what can I say? Let's just leave him there and ignore him. Let's pretend he's not there. He'll drive me home when I've finished. Now that is definitely a very important person who might be getting out of that car or into it. Why? Because they haven't been told to move on. It's not interesting, a diplomatic plate on the vehicle. There's no D in the middle, but it's a crest of some sort on the front of the car. Very curious. It's not a diplomatic. I'm wondering actually. That looks like City of London or something. That crest at the top. Not diplomatic. Hold on. He's a bad photographer. He's the wrong person to ask. Yeah. Yesterday he ran away with somebody's phone, so watch him, okay? Oh. Hold on. Here comes the driver about to get owned, everybody. I did tell him that I wasn't ready. He never listens to me. But now I'm going to get a ticket. Police are going to give me a ticket. Damn it. He said the reserved parking for London City Walks is just at the back there, through the gate on the left. If you'd be kind enough to wait there, John will finish with this video in 35 to 40 minutes. Super, thank you. That driver, guys, I'm gonna fire his ass, I tell you. He just doesn't listen. I've tried to tell him many times. I even wrote it down. His spoken English isn't great. There we are. Okay, look, the police got rid of him. Finally, this is good. What? Hold on. Now he's gone the wrong. Oh, flipping man. That's it. He is. I'm going to can his ass. I swear. Absolute useless. He is. That's what you get. Morning. That's what you get for paying under minimum wage in London. Driver that doesn't know how to drive in the right direction. But being serious for a moment, I think having briefly overheard part of the conversation, that was the mayor's vehicle. Now, I don't mean he's here to pick up female horses, guys. The Mayor of London. Now, that would be curious if true, because where's the mayor? Oh, hold on a second. Here's the mayor. I'm actually not joking. Look. Here's the mayor. Wow. I was not expecting that. Extraordinary. How's about that? So I did overhear correctly. Now, the only problem is I'm not entirely sure which mayor, in the sense that I thought the Mayor of London was a gent. Mayor of Westminster, perhaps? I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea. You can see the... is it a medallion or chain with a medallion? I mean, that's definitely the mayor, but I'm just not sure of what. Let me try and find out in a second. Hold on. That's why the car was told to get lost. Drivers, I was like, I'm here to pick up the mayor. One small problem. The driver's been told to get lost. So Mrs. Mayor has got no car. She's going to have to get the tube. One second. Ladies, is it the Mayor of Westminster or the Mayor?
Yes.
Oh, Mayor of Westminster?
Yes.
Ah.
Lord Mayor.
Lord Mayor. Okay, no, the police told the driver to get lost with the car.
No, because
Well, you can't.
Yeah, hopefully he'll come back. Okay, it's the Lord Mayor. Surely it would be Lady Mayor, no? I mean, Lord Mayor of... That's the Lord Mayor of Westminster that we just captured. I was actually joking about female horses, and the real mayor strolls out onto the camera. Couldn't make this stuff up, could you? I mean, you really couldn't. Anyway, so yes, Lord Mayor of Westminster, who now, like us commoners, is having to wait at the side of the road for her car. Look. There she is. I'm not sure if she's going to hail a taxi, maybe jump on a bus. Potentially, if the police horses come along, she could command them to stop and jump on board one of the police horses. That would work. I mean, she is the Lord Mayor of London. But why would she be that? I don't know. I need to Google that. Lord Mayor? I mean, she's female. A bit odd, no? I mean, you can't get a female lord. So it seems rather odd. Lords... House of Lords has lords and ladies. So why would she be the Lord Mayor of Westminster when she's female? One would think it would be the Lady Mayor of Westminster. In fact, her fan group are coming along. Look, they often do this. What happens is they take some money out of the mayor's budget and give it to schools like this to bring along a lot of their pupils to pretend that they're like the fan club. They're all going to go over, ask the mayor for an autograph, pretend they're excited, but it's all paid for. Even the horses having a moment. Look. Wow. I had no idea, guys, that the King's horses drank Lucozade. I'm genuinely surprised. He had a lot of vitamin D. Lucozade invaded his body, as you can all see. So, guys, we saw a noble today. You know, now you understand why so long I've been referring to myself and everyone else that visits here. Typically they'd say as peasants, because we don't have a title like that. We are not lords and ladies like the Lord Mayor of Westminster. It's interesting. I'm not sure if every single London borough has its own mayor. I mean, I know where I live, Kensington and Chelsea borough, we do have a mayor. So they've got one in Westminster, which means, in theory, every London borough would have one. However, that said, there's also the Lord Mayor of London, who is a shade above. Oh, look, just one, all by itself. Damn, I forgot the name of this horse, folks. We were told, weren't we? Oh, it's Quixote. I remember, yeah, Quixote. The horse is called Quixote, or Quixote, as a Spaniard would say. Wow. I wonder why Quixote's by himself. First time we've ever seen a solitary police force coming through. They're always in pairs or coming through in a group. Okay, back to Knightsbridge. Now, curiously enough, unfortunately enough, in 3 minutes, the bell's going to ring. and we're going to get 2 new horses. So we'll then hopefully have a foursome. Actually, wait, let me make a quick note on my other phone so I don't get myself muddled up later. So Invader and Knightsbridge are the first 2. 1 second. Invader. Knightsbridge. Okay, that's done. And hopefully, in a few minutes, we'll be able to ID the other 2. I'm so glad it's Invader, because Invader is a member of the troop that's still got the incomplete list. The only one that's incomplete has to be the troop that Invader's in. I think that's probably why I keep overlooking it when I go for the number. So it's not on the list. To be honest, guys, I probably should have asked the lovely Lady Mayor, the lovely Lady Lord Mayor of London. There we are. Lovely Lady Lord. That's way too many L's. Lovely Lady Lord Mayor of London. If I could have had her autograph while I was here, that would have been the smart move. Yeah, it would. But you know what? I'm not smart, as we all know. So there we are. Oh, they're getting cheekily close on this side because the chain's down. The chain's down because in a moment the horses are coming out. The 2 new ones. There's 2 new beauties are heading out. Be interesting. What if they're going to scatter the crowd, or whether the police will actually bother telling everybody to move? Let's see. I'm pretty sure they're going to tell them to move. There's always a good chance things are going to go wrong when the chain's down and people still wander over for pictures, because there's no delineating line which sort of says, you know, this is as far as you should be able to go. I mean, realistically, you see the guard there, other than, you know, not touching him, and I hate to say this in defence of the tourists, you wouldn't actually know that you're not allowed to go closer. Right, let me get myself way back. Box them into your boxes. Tourists are all in the middle still, look. Okay, these 2 horses have both got a star. Pretty sure the one coming towards me now is a mare. Oh, hello, good morning. Oh, let's get the life out of the tourists. Well done, guard. I'm not sure if we caught that if I move around quick enough, but they really, really look back. With looks on their faces, is the horse going to trample us? Gosh, that was quite a surprising thing to say, in a good way. It's been a while since we've seen the guard come out on the horse and actually go like push them all there. I think personally that they should do that much more often. Why? Because instead of warning everybody, it would only take 1 or 2 tourist gets trampled by King's Horse videos on YouTube to make everybody more than aware that, you know what, that's it, don't get too close. Oh, that's it. I've got an entire jogging group just popping right. See, somebody just got in trouble then. Some very naughty person. Okay, he's off into the tunnel. Here comes the relief. Now, luckily, we're going to be right at the front for this. happened to the Lord of Westminster? She actually vanished. The car didn't turn up, which is curious. Okay, some tourists are in the wrong spot. Let's see what happens. What I mean by the wrong spot, this side, look, hunched against the wall in the tunnel. That's typically a no-go, but for whatever reason this morning, people are being allowed to stand there. Lance Corporal of Force at the back. Here comes the new gatesman or woman. Have they changed over? Yes, they have. Gates person. I'm glad that we got here when we did to see that the chitsman, boxman, was also a gatesman. I can't think of any other trooper that I know well who's done all three. There are many that have done all three. It's not, super rare, but I can't think of one that I know. Certainly one that I could even idea in my head and think, hold on a second, he or she has actually done all three. So he might well be the single most versatile trooper in the lifeguards. Actually, wait, no, there is one other trooper. I don't know his name, or I don't know him personally. There's one other trooper I do recall having done all three. That exceedingly tall lifeguard. He's around 6'6", who we'd often see stomping through the yard, standing in the archway. Very, very tall lifeguard, who also occasionally was on the horse. So he's a very, very rare example of another lifeguard that can do all three. Yeah, he's been gatesman, chitsman, and boxman. I was in there, but I missed it. He pushed through. He didn't say anything. He just pushed through really hard, and they're all like, ah! And we got busy fast now. Like what? Look, we've gone from peace and quiet, everybody. Happy horses, not getting pestered, to this. Good heavens, honestly. Like wow. Golly gosh. See if I can squeeze through people. There's a lot of tourists here. Try and grab that hoose number. And we can ID the horse. Okay, right, I'm right in front. Let's have a look one moment. I can't see yet. Look, 1 second. I can't see it with my naked eye, not even close. I'll get myself the opticians ASAP. Right, got it. That number is... Oh, good lord. That number is a mess that I can't read. Oh, ho, 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 ladies and gents. Week before last, there was a horse here that we thought was lovely and nippy. And I remember saying very well, Nippy Nimbus. Guess who's back, folks? That's right, this horse is Nimbus. Lifeguard horse Nimbus. And that is confirmed 100%, both by a picture and by the hoof number. Nippy little Nimbus. So that's 3 of the 4. Yeah. Recognising the face as well on that. Very cute star. Imperfect star. So definite nipper last time. What will happen today, I wonder? This horse has got the same face, that sort of really what's the word? Not sad, but somewhat melancholic looking face, just like Tipper, that blues horse that we saw here on Monday. It could be twins, in fact. It's interesting that some of them have a very different shaped face, head, to the others. Tipper looks exactly like this horse. Different regiments, and there's no way they're related, but his bloodlines are strong. Certainly between horses like Victoria, Q10, and the other beauties that we saw, especially Tabor is my current favourite. I don't remember who was here on duty with Nimbus last week, so let's have a look in a minute at the other end. So we can get a full house. I'll be gutted if I can't get the fourth name. Chap's not realising there's a camera right in front.
Sarah. Becky, do you want to go where Sarah is? Becky, just one on your right. Sarah, hop out the way. Just wait there, Becky. Make sure your eyes are open. There we go, this is a good one. Fantastic. Do you want to go to Megan or you?
Nope, not nipping. Don't touch the reins. What's going to come back? I don't know her, guys. I promise I don't. No idea who she is. Loving how everyone's clambering under the camera instead of walking straight in front of us. Okay, let's see if we can pick up that fourth number and get an idea on the fourth horse. A lot of coffee cups been left on the floor though here today, which is not good. No idea what these groups are doing at all. Unbelievable, bunch of clowns. So let's wait for everyone to finish their picture and I'll go to the front. Here's our moment. Let's see if I can get the hoof number. Of course, he's actually posing for us right in front.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the twin of Nimbus that we saw the other day. Looking at the hoof number. 1 second. It is, yeah, it's Orion again. We had Orion and Nimbus who swapped boxes. First time actually this year we've come out and got all 4 lifeguard horses and ID them. 100% is Orion. Okay, that's a little bit better. There's a lot of people here, folks, look, you can see. But for some reason they're not getting up close. Orion is a biggie though, which might well explain why.
It's hard to get the smoke a bit closer. Step one step closer. She's fine. Yeah. When I go up, she can't see Josh's face.
So what you do is you do that.
Beautiful horse. Thank you, folks. There's like a huge family meltdown happening to my left. I'm not sure if you heard it. It's like 1 minute everything's going well, the next minute they're not smiling right. Here we go, trying again. Awkward. Oh goodness. I didn't realise it's actually possible to get into an argument about how good or bad a selfie is. Oh, there's someone on his phone here, almost about to walk into the horse. 5 really important text messages from the PM. I must respond immediately. Okay, the guard's about to emerge from the front gate. Thankfully not about to destroy this little group selfie thing going on. Oh, what's this? I don't want to talk to you, look. All I heard is Alan Shaw's. I'm pretty sure that horse is not Alan Shaw's. I think it's Orion. Lunch order's being put in, folks. He's deciding which 3 sides he wants with his 4 chicken thighs from Nando's. There's no point in ordering the thighs by themselves at $9.99 if I can get 3 sides for $12.99. That's a smart option. She's saying, yeah, but hold on a second, think about it. It's going to take you too long to eat the 3 sides, which means the horse is going to be waiting for you. Is that really fair? Horsey, is that fair? Horsey's like, nope, it's not. Go with the 4 thighs. He's like, no, I don't want to spend that much, so I will go with the 4 thighs. I'm going to order the 3 sides, but you can have 2 of the sides and I'll have 1. Deal? Well, lots to talk about, folks. I think it might well be more than the lunch order. wanted to trick me, so I've moved back. I did smiles today. That's going to be a good sign. Wow, more time at the front end than the archers. And you know what? I can't blame her. Boopy-doo. Sorted. Right, back with Nippy Nimbus. Why are the tourists not going to the horses there? I don't get it. He says as the tourists go to the horses. Hey bro. Sacrificing her arm to the horse. She's trying to hypnotise it. Or she's like, no, your game's not going to work with me. See, look, he's unsettled now after what she did to him. That? Did the horse just sneeze? This one's so friendly actually compared to the other one. It's very curious. People look at me in an odd way today. It's almost like I'm wondering, have I got my hat on inside out or something? You know what it's like? Sometimes you see people look at you in a funny way and you start getting a bit self-conscious and thinking, hold on a second, what are they looking at? And I hope it's my hat that's wrong. Guard back this side. And they change up that side. So everything's returned to normality. Only 2 officers as well, in fact, in the yard today. One thing that will definitely happen, folks, is once we hit that 15 degrees, either this weekend Sunday or Monday, it's looking like, according to the forecast, tourist groups are going to start en masse again. There are still a few hardy groups that come along, but they're nowhere near as big, obviously, as peak season. But I was having a little look on one of the Instagrams this weekend, and yes, a lot of the tour guides spend the cold months, December, January, sometimes February, in their home countries. So either North Africa, a couple of the Moroccan tour guides, or Spain, which is where the majority of the tour guides operate here are from. Why is that smart? Well, I mean, you come here work for 3, 4, 5, 6 months in the summer, spend the other 4, 5, 6 months at home. Very smart. But yeah, one that I read says resumes the 1st of February. So let's hope that that's going to be the case if it's warm enough. It's not easy marshalling big groups along here when everyone's complaining about, you know, oh, it's cold, or can I go and get a drink, or where are the toilets? Rosie slathered all over her jacket. Ah. It's all white and slimy. Snail. Mum's wiping it off with Huggies. Pro tip, guys, if you're coming here to get pictures with the horses, do not wear dark coloured clothing. If you get too close and the horse touches you, you're going to get that saliva all over your shoulder. How scared did she look? The one picture and just ran off. If you're that scared that you can't relax, at least for one picture, it's kind of, what's the point of getting a picture? If it's going to come out with you looking super awkward with your hands over your mouth. It's more window shopping today, I think, with the tourists. I just remembered the Samsung Unpacked event is today as well, where all of this year's new devices are going to be announced. What do you think, people? Is the camera good enough, or do we go for an S24 Ultra? I'm super tempted to order a new phone just because, why not? Basically. See, if it's got a bigger battery, I'll do it, folks, just for you. How's about that? That's the kind of thoughtful, magnanimous person I am. If it's going to improve the quality, I will get it. So there. To be honest, actually, I could even trade in this one, this S23 Ultra, and get two new phones at the same time. One would be effectively free, or very close to it, with this trade-in, because this phone's in mint condition. It's actually never been used as a phone. It's only ever been used to film these videos. That way I'd have two identical new phones. Bearing in mind, even though this one will still record for 3 hours, that's obviously going to decrease going into the summer. Summer season is when the battery really gets punished on those hot days. I remember it last year. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll get a pair of new phones. Apparently one's purple. Yeah, the toys are really just not in the mood today. It's very odd. They will be this weekend, I guarantee it, folks. Just noticed actually, from the most recent comment, a lot of you commented on my decision to can somebody who decided to start going a little bit too deep into political situation in the Middle East, and then called me shameful for filming horses instead of the rally at Trafalgar Square. Thanks, guys. It seems that there is pretty much unanimous support for my decision to get rid of that person. Not an easy decision. The banned list on the channel is very small. Okay, less than 10 people, would you believe? Which, in a year's worth of running this channel, is not a lot, is it? It's less than one person per month. Now that says to me that we've got a good community that most people are respectful. Yes, there are disagreements and people may, occasionally argue or beg to differ, but in a respectful way. And honestly, my priority, building a community. Why? Because if there is a community of people that get on and help each other, it means that it will be an informative place. So yes, it's interesting to watch the videos. Yes, it's fun to laugh at the stupidity we sometimes encounter, but the original idea was something educational. I think I've achieved that pretty much with a dash of humour. So win-win-win, I think. So yeah, only very naughty people get themselves canned. But to be honest, it's more a matter of actually just being able to stop people from making the same comments over and over again. I wish there were an option separate whereby you could stop somebody commenting, but you didn't actually need to ban them from the channel, because it means they also can't view the content. Yeah, I mean, of course they go and open a new account and start again, but you see my point. So I think it was the right call, but I'm glad that a lot of you actually do take notice of what I'm talking about and the issues that I raise or try to raise during these videos, because it shows, one, that I try. I mean, I can't read all the comments, folks. There are just too many of them. There are thousands some days, but I do try to read as many as possible. I do concentrate on the newest video, because obviously that will address the most recent comments and or provide me with the most recent feedback. So if your comment doesn't get a response, folks, and I did notice a couple of you asked this, did you ban me, John? Anyone that writes that, no, because if you were banned, you wouldn't be able to ask, did you ban me? Am I banned? It doesn't work like that. So anyone that's asking in the comments, am I banned or did I get banned or whatever, of course you didn't. Because the first thing that happens when you get banned from a YouTube channel is you can't make any comments. So relax, people. It's not some sort of mass purge. It's a very, very unusual situation, and I really do take it seriously and think about it before touching that block user button. As I say, it's not something I like to do, but sometimes it's necessary. Not really so much for me, to be honest, but more in the interest of kind of community cohesion and keeping everything kind of civil and on topic. Oh, I didn't think they were going to move. The couple that was stood there right in the middle, they actually did look like they were not going to move no matter what. It would have been super interesting if they didn't or hadn't. Okay, so we're back to where we were a little while ago with I think he's saying that order, I'd like to revise it. So, excuse me, this is a private conversation. Bikes out of the way fast. We are inexorably close, folks, to the end of today's video. I almost want to cry. There's anything I did forget to address vis-a-vis previous comments or something that I discussed in a previous video, let me know in the comments on this video and I will address it in the next video. Okay, so they've parked up their bikes, they're now sort of waiting, at least respectfully, before going over for their pictures. Ta-da! Oh, good man. He pointed out with his finger to his kids. Beware. Rare that they actually take that much notice, so quite delighted to see that. Huge positive, I would say. Slightly different spot, 1 second. Yeah, Ryan is not enjoying being mauled at all today. You can see this, look. So that's it. Thanks, bye. Okay, thanks, bye. Effectively saying, hey, stop touching me. People seem to think it's funny and persist, but there we are. And they would sometimes wonder why the horses lose their temper, patience, and people get nipped. This horse is like, that's right, spot on. Anyway, folks, not the most eventful of days, but you know what? It can't always be guts and glory. I know it's actually one tour guide over there in the mustard scarf. He hasn't been here for a while, so I think the season is about to recommence. So from myself and lovely Nimbus, who's in front of us, arrivederci. And I'll be back soon, people. Very soon, promise. Bye for now.